everything a kid wanted. He had friends, he had, girls that loved him, and before he pulled the trigger, he had to post on social media who turned off the lights. And it's like when we found him, his phone was still on, still in his hand with blood on it and all. But I mean, he was so addicted to it that his last moments of his life was about posting on social media.
CJ Dawley grew up with 4 siblings in the rolling hills of Wisconsin. Friends and family say he was active, happy, and the comedian of the group. But unbeknownst to many, CJ was suffering. On January 4th, 2015, he retreated to his bedroom and died by suicide. His departing note written on the envelope of his college acceptance letter. Did you know of any of the struggles that he had with his mental health, whether related to social media or just in general?
No, nobody had a clue that he was even sick at all.
Since his passing, CJ's family says a closer look at his social media posts and online conversations show that his social media addiction led to body image issues, sleep deprivation, and depression.
He was so addictive that he wasn't sleeping at night. He was on his phone all the time.
His parents are now suing Snapchat's parent company Snap and Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram. The suit calls Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat unreasonably dangerous and defective products that ultimately led to CJ's suicide.
I haven't really spoken too much about this, but I'm going to share with you what happened that night. We kind of lost track of where CJ, as far as we know, he went to work. 10:30 at night, my door basically almost got knocked off the hinges, like the doorknob didn't even get turned. My daughter screaming. Shannon starts doing mouth-to-mouth on him. And she's telling me, Dad,
I can save him.
Blood was bubbling out of his nose as she was trying to resuscitate her brother that had been dead for
hours.
8 hours.
The Dawleys are among a growing number of families suing social media companies for wrongful death and injury. Matthew Bergman is one of the lawsuit's leading attorneys and founder of the Social Media Victims Law Center.
What we're hoping is that the social media companies will design safer products.
Is there any legal precedent for wrongful death when it comes to social media?
Well, there are a few cases, but this is very much cutting-edge litigation. We are only now learning exactly what these algorithms are, and we're only now developing and having the scientific research that supports a cause and effect relationship between social media, addiction, and mental health crisis among teenagers.
The lawsuits come just months after thousands of leaked Facebook documents showed that Facebook and Instagram both knew that their products' algorithms can be harmful to children. On an earnings call, Mark Zuckerberg suggested that the documents were selectively picked to paint a false picture about the company. What is it about social media that directly impacts the teenage mind more than the adult brain?
Teenagers are way more likely to feel the effects of dopamine. And it's not to say that every aspect of social media increases dopamine. However, there's a ton of evidence that says that dopamine is being released for many teenagers when they find something rewarding on their social media platforms.
Studies have shown that teens who spend more time on social media are more likely to report mental health issues such as depression and anxiety, issues that teens have been found to be increasingly suffering from.
Around the age of 25-ish is when the brain fully forms, and so that might result in teenagers being quicker to respond to something, quicker to post, quicker to do something that could actually be harmful for themselves and for others.
It's not about winning or losing. We're all losing right now. But if we can get them to change the algorithm for one child, if one child is saved, then it's been worth it.
Both Meta and Snap declined to comment, citing the lawsuit is ongoing, but told CNN they offer mental health and suicide prevention resources to their users.
These are all the cards that I got in the mail. You know. And this is his card. He loved Dr. Hugh, who I was taking the stuff out to the garage, you know, the boxes, and when I came in, he was standing in the doorway. He was looking at his phone, and I just wish I would have grabbed him and hugged him. And I was, you know, just to see him so sad on his phone. That was my last moment I seen him.
Having a big family, it's not easy to agree on what to do with everything. You know,
Yeah.
One person says it's good to, you know, move it all out,
Yeah.
to have peace, but somebody else, you don't want to disrespect their opinion, so you can't clean it out. And that's the biggest thing, you know.
I mean, what do you do with trophies that he earned them? What are we going to do with them? I try and never come in here because it just gets so hard.
You'd be one lucky person, one lucky parent to have had a child like that. And I have to remind myself all the time when I start getting bitter and mad and angry that I had him for that amount of time.
It's hard. How do you take out part of your heart? You just can't replace them.